Hey friends, Simon from Nerd Safari here. How are you doing? And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And I think most of you know that not only am I a huge fan of heavy metal, lots of different types of heavy metal, but I also sang for many years in a metal band. We were relatively successful in London, which is where I am now, in this super boring, bland hotel room. But I remember many years ago people saying to me, you should check out Babymetal. And most of them said it as kind of a joke. They're like, I know this guy who's into death metal and all this extreme stuff. Wouldn't it be funny if he were to listen to this like cutesy Japanese metal band? And I gotta say, I listened to Babymetal and I really, really liked it. And actually, one of the pinnacles for me was the crossover that they did, Kingslayer with Bring Me the Horizon. I just thought was a banger of a track. Love Bring Me the Horizon or not, it's hard to fault that track. It was just phenomenal. But also, can you believe that it's been 5 years since Yui Mizuno left Babymetal due to health reasons, which you cannot fault somebody for putting their health first. But for almost 5 years, the band have had like a third backup dancer who replaced Yui, and one of those backup dancers was Momoko Okazaki. And Momoko, also known as Momometal, is now an official member of Babymetal, and they just released their new song called Metali, starring Tom Morello. So who is not excited about seeing Babymetal back again, fully as a three-piece, with Tom Morello doing his crazy guitar solos? So this will be my first time listening. I'm going to check out the song in its entirety. We'll see if YouTube actually lets me keep the song in its entirety, or if it gives me copyright grief as usual. But I'm going to dive in right now. If you want to see what I think about it, then stick around until the end. But for now, let's do this. Wow, what an interesting start. Oh man, I'm digging this already. This is very different from Babymetal. This is actually pretty damn good. I like this cool and response deal in the chorus. Very cool. Doesn't this sound like Indian music to you though? This is fascinating to me. Oh, I like this. How strange though. Oh my goodness. Nobody plays guitar like Tom. Oh my goodness, how cool is that? So I have now seen for the very first time Metali from Babymetal starring the legend Tom Morello. We'll get to him in a minute. What did I think? You know, it started, there's this kind of sitar sounding instrument. It had music that kind of sounded like what I think of as a Bhangra dance from India. Very different from what we've heard from Babymetal in the past. We have a bunch of viewers in India. I would love to know, does that sound like Indian music to you? I would be really intrigued to whether you love that, whether you hate it, whether you're indifferent. But anyway, that aside, kicks in with a really strong groove. Sounded almost like a Pantera style groove, which I loved. And then you've got this chorus, which is definitely like an echo back kind of a chorus where they sing, the crowd sings back at them. Obviously, they look fantastic, don't they always? And you know what? I've never seen a band who work as hard as Babymetal. Like, you watch their live shows, everything is choreographed. Their music is spectacular. The audience love it. Like, they have such a strong following, and they just put on the show of their lives every single time they hit the stage. So they look fantastic. The dancing looked fantastic as usual. And then, of course, you've got Tom Morello's crazy Rage Against the Machine style solos. And you know what? It actually, not lyrically or vocally, but musically, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Pantera at times. It had, you know, Tom's solo almost had these weird like dime bag effects on them that just brought me back to Pantera over the top of this kind of groove metal guitar riff. There was a lot there to love, you know. This is the first track that they've released with their new lineup. I am just super intrigued to hear more. This may be an album that I have to spin in the car. And you know what? Not every other Babymetal album has been, but this one seems particularly strong. So count me right now a fan of Metali from Babymetal featuring Tom Morello. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about this track in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this, I'll see you very soon, friends, on the next Nerd Safari. Horns up.